Okay, so in our last session, we have been discussing about storage services, on S3, right? And a lot of concepts related to
Yeah.
S3 buckets and storage classes and lifecycle policies, right? All those things and some topics related to other storage options and some questions, right? And then we hosted the website, the static website on S3. Right. So today we will be looking at the next hands-on topic, right? So that would be replicating data across regions. So you are aware of CRR, right? Cross-region replication. So let's go to the console, right? And then just guide me. Where should we go? We want to do cross-region replication. So what is the service that we should choose? Just log in as admin user or root user. Just you see, I am logged in as administrator 1 in this browser, right? So which service should we choose?
S3.
Yes, we should go for S3, right? Because cross-region replication will be for bucket, right? Where is that bucket?
Yeah.
S3 only, right?
S3.
Right. So what is cross-region replication? What it will replicate? Objects. Whatever object you are creating, right? That object only we will be replicating, right? From one bucket to another bucket, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So for that we should have some object, right? So say like this particular bucket, this we are using for our website. This having some object also, index.html. We can use this also. But anyways, let's not touch this. This is for our website. We can create additional bucket also, correct? So we can create some bucket, right? So what we need, one source bucket and one destination bucket, correct? Right? Now there should be one source bucket and one destination bucket. From the source bucket, we will replicate to the destination one. So let's go ahead and create one bucket and name it something like source bucket or something, some name or something which will show like source bucket. So the name also should be unique. So just do something to make it unique. So let's say source bucket, and then I give some my initial, and then I give some today's date or something. So most probably it may be what, unique, right? This will be unique only, I'm sure. Now let it be in Mumbai. Block all public access, right? Disabled versioning, we can enable versioning, right? Default encryption, we can keep it disabled. Some advanced
we have to
settings.
untick it.
Yeah, let it be like that.
Sir, we have to untick that. No. Okay. Block public. Okay.
Block all public access, let it be blocked. We don't want public access. We just want bucket to bucket, right?
Okay.
So source bucket name I have given, and Mumbai region is by default. I have not done anything. Just bucket versioning, you can keep it enabled or disabled. Initially only you have to do it, right? If you want versioning to be enabled, you just enable it. And then some tag you can give, right? So you can just say add tag or something. You can say name some source bucket, right? Source bucket, right? So I just give some name like this, and then lock and all, I just leave it. I just say create bucket. Okay, so now the source bucket got created, right? Now what I want is another bucket, one more bucket, correct? What will be that bucket? Destination bucket, right? So let's create one destination.
Another bucket in different region.
Yes, if you want to do cross-region replication, another bucket should be in different region, and then we will do the replication. If you want same region replication, then same region, correct? So let's do CRR. So you got it right. We will create the bucket in the different region, Perfect. So what we will do, we'll just say destination bucket. You are doing the practical,
Yes, I am doing.
Yes.
Nataraj?
Yes, I am doing.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just giving name as dest bucket. I'm going to add something, today's date. I just give some name, destination bucket, right? So just enable versioning, right? I enable there. Here also I enable versioning. Just giving some tag, name, right?
What is the region you select, Ajit?
Dest bucket. Now region here we have to decide. We have given as for so far it is the first was Mumbai. Now I'll put it in say like US. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll just say Ohio, or I'll say I can say North Virginia, Northern Virginia. Anything is fine. So I just say like for example Ohio. US is 2. Okay. So you can choose any region, your choice. Choose any other region.
Okay.
Yeah. Fine. And bucket versioning
Yes.
enable. Name is given, and that's it. Right? I say create bucket.
Is it mandatory bucket version should be enabled?
If you are enabling in the source, in destination you should enable, and that is something basic useful thing. So if you decide that no bucket versioning you want to enable, you enable in both the buckets. Otherwise, you disable in both the buckets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did disable for both.
Okay. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
So now we have destination bucket and source bucket. 2 buckets we are having, right? Now,
Yes.
by now, you know that how to look for some options, what we want to do, where the options should be, right? All those kind of things should start coming in your mind, right? So now you just try to explore, right? Say like source bucket, you want some data you will put and then the application should happen. So you just go to source bucket, right? And then you just see here, you have properties, permissions, right? And other tabs, management, right? So just think where that replication should be, that option. Maybe management. Do you think management?
Yeah.
Should be in management. You try to manage this, right?
Yes.
Correct? Any guess? Intelligent guess? Let's try management.
Maybe, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go to management. And then in the management, you see life cycle rule is there, right? Application rule also there.
Yeah.
Correct? So like this,
Yes,
you have to
correct.
think.
Yeah.
So you just have to think where it should be. S3. S3 then logically you have to think you are doing some destination source to destination replication. Right now where it should be, it's kind of
Harish, life cycle rule in sense after 5 years this object should delete, right? That
that's
is what
also
it means, life cycle rule.
5 years, 4 years, 2 years, whatever your choice.
Yeah.
Transition rules, it should go after 30 days, it should go to another storage class. So that we will be looking at. The next practical would be about this only, right? So for now, let's do this one, application rules. Okay. So here you see, you have create replication, no rule is there, correct?
Yes.
Here you see action when you receive all replicated object, nothing else. Now you have some inventory configuration. Now you just, there is no choice. So what is the choice? Create replication rule, correct? Just click on that.
Yes.
You want to give some name to the replication rule, correct? What is that rule? What do you want to give the name or something? Replication rule name you want to give. So that is going to be some cross region replication, right?
Yeah.
Some name, some relevant name. So this is kind of CRR, right? That we are doing for between 2 regions. So let's say like Mumbai region and Ohio region. Some kind of name we give. Okay. That matters.
For me, while creating replication rule, it is showing one error, not error, it's some warning. Replication rule requires versioning to be enabled for the source bucket. Enabled object versioning on this bucket to continue creating replication rule.
Yeah, so
So
that's
it is
right. You
basically,
just check.
yeah.
You just check the bucket's properties, right?
Yeah.
So what about you, Dharma? That
Sir,
okay
I'm
for
just
you?
creating. Click the replicate, create replication rule, and I have to do that.
Okay, just please click.
Hello?
You just validate. Yeah, you please go ahead, Dharma. You just go ahead with this. Give the name. Nataraj, you just troubleshoot. Just go to properties and check.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just check the versioning because you have done something in the versioning, no? Differently you have done, right?
Yeah, I was disabled, so I have to enable.
Okay. So just no, enable that versioning. Just check both the buckets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So I have given my name, replication name, and then I
Okay,
have
you have
added
given
tags.
replication rule name something.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So
Source bucket.
enabled versioning, you know how to enable, right?
Yes. Seems AWS website is slow to me. I don't know today.
What happened?
It is taking time. Website is taking time.
I think for me there is a warning coming in. No, I didn't. Replication requires versioning to be enabled for the source bucket. Enable object versioning, and this bucket to
Okay.
continue creating the replication rule.
Yeah. So you have to enable the versioning, Nataraj and Dharma.
Bucket.
See, you got. So
Yeah,
this
I
is
did
how.
Yeah, I
for
just
source
clicked
and
it.
destination also I'm doing.
Correct. So this
I
is
just
like
clicked
very
it, then it
simple.
says immediately it's enabled.
Correct. So just enable it, right?
Yeah, there is a button. There is a button. I just clicked it. It says it's enabled successfully. That's it.
Perfect. So enable versioning in both the buckets.
Yes, done.
So
Now,
that is
because
something,
by default,
it should be
by
enabled.
default it's done by source, but not for not for destination.
Okay.
You have to do it.
You have to do for both the buckets. You have to enable the versioning, right? So
Yeah, we can do.
okay. So that is kind of some basic requirement, Nataraj, I think. We have to enable only. We have to enable versioning, right? Because if you just proceed with some steps, it will warn you. It will just give you suggestions as and when. If you just know if it is needed, it will not allow, right? So versioning is something
Done.
which is required for application. Okay.
Yeah, done, Harish. I have done both
Okay.
source and
Perfect.
destination.
Okay. So choose whether the rule will be enabled or disabled when created. So this is just like when you are enabling the replication, right? Once the replication is done, whatever options you are choosing, once it is done, right? Can you go on mute? Can you go on mute? Yeah. So when you just do the replication, once you are done with the rule setup, as soon as the rule is set up, whether it should come into action, right? If it comes into action only if you choose enabled. Choose whether the rule will be enabled or disabled when created. So after creation, we want it to be enabled. So keep it enabled. Source bucket, as we went inside that bucket and then we are choosing those options. So by default it came. Source region, it says Mumbai. Limit the scope of this rule when rule using one or more filters, right? So it's okay. Or this rule applies to all objects in the bucket. See the difference here. If I choose this, you're not getting any choice here, right? So this rule will apply to
Correct.
all objects in the bucket. Everything will be replicated, right? So we can keep this option, or we can limit based on the what filter. So now you can recall I was telling some kind of prefix, some kind of thing we can mention. So within the bucket, if you are creating some prefix kind of subfolder or something, right? So when you are creating some kind of prefix, right, you can filter object by prefix, object tags, or combination of both, right? Add a filter to limit the scope of this rule to a single prefix. You can choose like that, right? You can limit like that. You can limit the scope of this rule to the key value pairs added below. So based on the tag, whatever tags we will give here, this key, this value, so it will try to match that key, that value. It will replicate only that particular object where this key and value are matching. Now if you just say prefix, so within that bucket, whatever prefix we will create, whatever subfolder we will create, so with that it will try to match, and it will only those particular things will be replicated. If you choose this applies to all the objects, entire bucket will be replicated. Okay, so for practical purposes, for this one we choose this rule applies to all objects in the bucket. So let's choose this one. Next, destination. Now here in the destination, you can replicate objects across buckets in different AWS regions. So specify a bucket in another account, choose a bucket in this account. So here just focus a little bit and see, I can choose another bucket in my account, or I can choose your bucket also, Nataras.
Okay.
So if I say choose a bucket in another account, obviously it will ask for the another account ID.
Okay, yes.
You have some 12-digit account ID, right?
Yes, yes.
If I mention that account ID here, enter your bucket name, right? Then, right, change object ownership to destination bucket owner. So this option also there. So whenever the content of my bucket goes to your bucket, the ownership will change. That metadata, right, will change to your ownership, like that.
Yes.
So with if I want it for my only my account, another bucket, then I will choose a bucket in this account, right? So I'm choosing a bucket in my own account, the destination bucket that I have created. So here enter bucket name. I have to enter the bucket name, browse S3. So I can browse,
okay,
and I see where is my destination bucket. So this is the one, right?
Yes.
Dest bucket. So I'm choosing dest bucket, whatever I created in US East Ohio region, right? And I say choose path. As soon as I say, right, that bucket name automatically came here, destination region also came here, right?
Yes.
Now comes something which is important. So here you see IAM role, right? So any idea what is IAM role?
Access, I guess.
So say like you have some user, correct? And we were discussing IAM, right? So there we were discussing about some identities, correct? Now there will be some kind of IAM role which will be different from the user. Say like if you want to give access to some program, right, in place of, say like if you are creating some user, so you will be giving some username and password. Say like if you want to give authority to some program, through program like you want to access some other system, right, then you have to enter username and password in your program, right?
Yes.
If you mention your program, right, if you mention the password, the credentials in the program and compile that program, right, so anybody can see that in the source code, right? Whosoever has access to source code, they can see that password, right?
Yes.
Now if you change the password, right, and then later you have to recompile your program, correct? Now by mistake, if you upload that program in the GitHub, right, and other people also can see your program, right, the entire world will know your password, right?
Yes.
How dangerous that will be, correct?
Yes.
So what we can do, we can create some role, right, and we can give some permission to that particular role, how we have in our objects, like some role you have to play, right? You play a role of SAP admin, you play a role of database admin, you play a role of system admin, you play a role of manager, you play a role, some different roles will be there, right? Now that kind of role, similar to the user, in place of the user, there will be something called role, right? For which we will have some policy, we will have some permission, right? And that will be used by the program. That will be used by some program, or that can be given to some user, right? For instead of the long-term credential, instead of the long-term access, right? You can associate it with someone. Got it?
Yeah.
So what will happen? Role will have any password?
No. No.
Will it be associated with only one person?
No.
Correct. Role will not have any password. Role will not have any access key. Role will not have any, it will not be fixed to any one person. Anybody can assume that role whenever needed. It can be attached to some program and detached and then attached to some other program later. So this will be giving you some kind of temporary access, right? For whatever role, for whatever task, right? For one particular session, right? So that access will be given. So now here it says IAM role. Now you just see here, we have create new role, EC2, spot fleet, this, that, all those things. Just choose create new role.
Okay.
So it will create some new role because someone has to do the replication on your behalf. You are not going to do that replication, right? Right? It has to happen programmatically, right?
Yes.
So who requires that permission? That S3, right?
Yes.
So that privilege will be given and then that will be done automatically. Encryption, duplicate objects encrypted with AWS KMS. So we are not choosing encryption now. Destination storage class. Just take a look. Amazon S3 offers a range of storage classes designed for different use cases, right? So storage class, right?
Yes.
Right? So change the storage class for replicated objects. Somewhere we were discussing, we were telling while doing the replication, we can change the storage class. You remember? You remember, Dharma?
No, sir, not sure.
Don't remember?
No.
Okay. So while doing the transition, right? While doing the transition, right? While doing the replication, we can do the transition. So when the objects are replicating from one region to another region, one bucket to another bucket, that time we can change the storage class, right, of the objects. Say like here in one bucket, in the source bucket, that is standard storage class. When I am replicating it, that time I can choose standard infrequent access class also.
Yes.
So when it is getting replicated, it will go to infrequent access category, or it can go to glacier. Understood? So whatever is my object data, when it is going to another region, right? If I am keeping it for backup purpose, or if I am keeping so depends for what purpose I am replicating. So if I have no customer there in US and simply I'm just copying it for backup purpose or something which I may not need to immediate retrieval is not required, right? So I can choose Glacier. So when it will replicate the data from source, right, to the destination, so that time, right, its storage class will be changed, and we will only be paying for whatever are the charges related to this particular storage class for the destination bucket. Anyways, you have to pay for that bucket also, right? You are storing data in another bucket also. So for the destination bucket, the charge will be less. That will be Glacier. So for what purpose we are doing it, here only you can do a change, right? So for our So you understood, right? We can change it. For now, we are only doing this standard one. Okay. So just let it be to a standard one. So only thing you have to understand that
Even if I didn't select the change storage class option for the,
it will be
so
by default
obviously,
standard.
so yeah, obviously it will be standard, right?
Correct. So this is only for changing this to another storage class, right? So if you are not changing, if you want standard, so you can simply remove this option. Yes.
I mean, it always selects based on the source storage class.
By default, it will be whatever is the source class, it will go to the same class. Yeah, correct. Yeah, that's right. Now, additional replication options, right? So some replication time control, replication metrics. You see, replication time control replicated 99.9% of new objects within 15 minutes and provides replication metrics. And so this will be additional cost. If you choose this, no, I was telling in some slide, so you can do it within 15 minutes, right? So you can replicate, you can control that it will replicate very quickly, right? Within maximum time will be 15 minutes. They will give priority to this, right? So, but this will involve additional cost. So we don't want that. So we are just not choosing this one, right? For now. So that is related to time control. Okay, so now what you do, just click on save. Okay, so replication configuration successfully updated. Press the refresh button if changes to the configuration are not displayed. Now you see that rule should come somewhere. Yes, see here, the rule has come. Okay, destination bucket, right, is this, and entire bucket same as source, same as source. So that storage class will be by default same as source. Now encrypted thing, we are not choosing anything. Replica computation sync, nothing we have to. Now what we will do, we'll test this one. Once you are done, just let me know.
Yeah, I am done.
And what about Dharma?
Yes, sir, I am also done.
Perfect. So now what we will do, we'll go to this source bucket. Okay, and we'll just try to put something in that bucket. Okay, so now I have the source bucket, and okay, anyways, I can upload from here also. Just let me see if I have, say I have test one, right? So I have the test one, and then in this source bucket, I'll put that file. So you can put anything which is not confidential, right? Any file you can. So just click on that upload. See, you should be in source bucket. Okay, so in the source bucket, right, you can see also, you can see that, you see that, look at the properties, versioning is enabled, default encryption is there, this, that, all those, whatever things are there, right? Here you can, in management you can see, in management if you go, in management you can see replication rule, it is there and enabled also, right? So we are good. So in the source bucket, in the object section, you go and click on the object. Once you click on the object, you click on the add files. Click on the add files. I go to some desktop, and on the desktop I go and choose that test1.txt. Okay, so I have chosen that. It says destination source bucket. It will go to source bucket, destination details, right? Other options, storage class, by default standard class, right? So we are getting some 5 GB of free, for this standard one. So that's why I have been choosing this one. So encryption is like disabled here also, no ACL, nothing. So just tag or something, right? For this object, if you want, you can add it. Otherwise, it's okay. Now just click on object, upload. Okay, so it says upload succeeded. Now you have the data in source bucket, test one, right? Right. So you have the data in source bucket. You can see the content here. Test one is there, right? Close this. Now you go to destination bucket. Here is the destination bucket. Just go and click there. You see test one came here also,
Yes.
right? Just check for yours.
Yeah.
You got it there also?
Checking.
Yeah.
Yes. It is still loading. Sorry.
Okay, try to refresh.
Yeah, got it. Got it.
Okay. Okay, perfect. What about you, Dharma?
Sir, I'm still checking. I just uploaded the file.
Okay, yeah, please check. Yeah.
I really don't know. Today it's like AWS website is slow to me.
Maybe some network glitch somewhere. No, Nataraj.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so fine. So our that meanwhile, no, your website is still running, right?
Yes.
So you can remove that website. No need to run, right? You want your website to run? So it is public, right? And it
Yeah.
is running. So your website might get, somebody might try to compromise your website also, right?
So how can we see like someone is accessing or someone is viewing?
You will have, get and put request and all those things will be coming. Your billing will, will have that number of get and put request. All those things will be there, right? Related to your website. So all those data will be there, and then you will have, a kind of insight for your website and all.
Okay. So
So
let's delete.
yeah, so we can better remove it for now. You know how to create, right? So you just whenever you want to do some practical, you can again create.
Yeah.
Let me empty it, and then I will just delete that bucket. There will be now all those features, all those securities, everything is there. It won't be allowing all this attack and all, but anyways, like we are not using it, so just delete it.
If I can just click in the Google like with my website. Is it open?
With your
Say example, if I open with whatever my hyperlink, right? I mean,
it will
m.co.
work. Just you ping me that link. I can open in my system.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want ARN or you
No,
want
not ARN. That access when you go to that
proper,
properties at the end, you will see
property?
here. If you make it public, it
Static
will be there.
website hosting.
No, below that.
Okay.
For this bucket, it won't be there. See, this is not public. That one I have deleted. So if you just go for that website,
Yes.
then you will see in the properties at the end, one link will be there. Yeah.
I just pinged.
Okay. See, this link is there. No, this is your website. So if I just click it, it will run.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Got it. Yeah.
So this is just your website. This anybody in the world can access this website.
Yeah.
This is unique, your bucket name, right?
Yes.
And then like this. So this is this will work.
Let me make it empty.
Yeah. So what happened, Dharma? Please confirm.
Yeah, I have done it, but actually when I go to destination, first time I would see that the file that was uploaded in the source bucket, but when I go again, it's not visible. Maybe I'm just checking again.
When you go to source bucket, you have some file.
Yeah, I have some file.
Now you go to
But
destination. Do you have that file?
it's not when I see just a few seconds before I can see that, but now it's not seeing. I'm not able to see that.
Refresh.
Yeah, now I can see.
Yeah. some network glitch may be there. Just refresh. Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that now.
Right.
So as soon as the rule created, right, it will immediately start transfer, is it? I mean, as soon as we upload a file, it will immediately transfer, right, using that rule.
Yeah, that's right. So it will be, it will be done. So it depends. Maybe sometime it may take a while, but it won't take much time. Sometimes it may take
No,
some
it's
time.
like, yeah, suppose if files are, because now we create a rule, after that we upload a file. So then that file was immediately picked up by the rule and it posted to destination bucket.
Yep.
But if there are some files already there in the source bucket and later we create a replication rule, then as soon as the rule is completed, that file will be started picking up and posted to destination bucket. Is this way?
Commonly, that will be there. Some whatever files are there. So the newly thing is whatever for new things you have to set up the replication, right? And then you have to do it. It will go for the new things actually. Because you have certain it will be difficult, like if you are doing the replication, right? So you have to trigger it, right? So you can just try it out. Okay, you can try it out. Say like you have something, right? And then you try it.
Okay.
You just remove that destination bucket, whatever rule is there, no? So you just try to remove it out wherever. Just go to source bucket, go to that management, right? And you have this rule, right? CRR Mumbai region, right? So
Yeah.
you disable it. You can enable or disable, or you can delete also, right? So you just try that delete all. So you just say delete, right? Delete all replication rule. Okay. Now
I think your screen is not visible.
It's visible to me.
Oh,
Visible?
Yeah, it's
My
visible.
God.
Actually, whatever you have to copy that. See, that will be little, no? You have to copy that, whatever is the existing one, right? So you have to copy, then it will take into effect whatever new things are there, that will come into impact. You can just see that. Okay. Life cycle rule. You just go now. You go to that objects, and you have that file or something, right?
Replication rule.
Delete that file. Okay, no, don't delete that file. You just keep in the source bucket. You keep one file. Go to destination bucket and delete it.
Okay.
Sorry, destination. I have to go. I'll go to destination bucket and I'll delete it. Then what will happen? How you set up? Because that is a scenario where whatever you are telling is that is a good scenario, right? So that happens practically. Many people face difficulty during that. So just delete it. Delete the destination one. Just say delete. That object is gone.
Yeah.
Now I'll just show you what is the current situation. I'll just repeat. So you just go to source bucket. You have test one here, right? And then there is destination bucket, which doesn't have anything, right?
Correct.
Now you see the scenario what Dharma has asked. That is a very practical scenario, and that is like many times customers will be facing issues. So now what we do? Now I'll just create one more file. Okay. So I'll just copy it. I'll just paste it. So this became test1 copy. Okay. So let it be same name, no problem. Now in the source bucket, right, we go and create the replication rule. So quickly you guide me. Go to management, create lifecycle rule, give some name.
This is lifecycle rule.
Sorry. Go there, create that CRR rule.
Yeah.
Right. Where is that replication rule?
Yes.
Tell me the rule name. Something. Mumbai.
Yeah.
And
Ohio.
And then this is second rule.
Yeah.
Second rule. Something I have mentioned. Now status is enabled. Now source bucket.
All
limit,
applies. Yeah, this rule
right?
applies to all objects.
Okay, let's do it for all objects. Now choose bucket in this account and then just choose the bucket name, right?
Yes.
So let's choose the bucket name destination bucket.
Yes.
Say choose path. Now it has chosen the
Create
current path. Create a new
new
rule,
rule.
right? And then encryption and all,
Yeah.
just leave it. Change the storage
Save.
class same as additional application. Say save.
Yeah.
Fine, Dharma. Following it. Now,
Yeah, I can't see your screen, sir.
oh, still you cannot see?
Dharma, I think
But I'm
you have
hearing.
to
But
you have to exit and
but
you have
I'm
to rejoin.
Oh, what
Yeah,
happened? You just disconnect and rejoin. Meanwhile, I'll just pause the recording.
Yeah.
yeah.
Perfect.
Sir,
So,
why we are creating the replication rule again? Because we already have one replication rule already available, right? So
Delete it.
or just
delete
to
that.
just to show you about the existing one, right? So what we have done, Dharma?
Okay.
Yeah. So
So now the destination, I mean, sorry, the source we have files already there. So now we are creating a replication rule and see whether the
yes,
files are picked up and posted.
correct. So what happens is
Okay.
by default you will not have option to replicate the existing data, right? So what will you do? Say, just to show you that, say like you have the source bucket, you have this test1 file already created here. Now in the destination bucket you don't have any file so far, right? Now in this situation, right, when you have customer will have one particular bucket with the files and they want to do replication in between, so they are not starting fresh both the buckets. So in that case you'll have some existing data, right? And then you have the destination bucket where you don't have data. So what are the options, right, that you are having? So one option that you are having is, right, to just copy the files, whatever is the existing file that you will be copying using command line interface. We saw, right, how to copy, sync and all, right?
Yes.
So we have option to sync, right? Sync bucket option, you remember?
Yes.
So you can synchronize the one bucket to another bucket. You can do like some kind of copy or from this bucket to that bucket, all everything using that asterisk star. You can say like copy cp command. You can copy everything and then you enable the versioning. Anyways, when you enable the versioning, new files whatever you put, that will be going to the destination one. So we have already enabled, our versioning is already enabled. If you go to source, right, here already we see that this Mumbai, this particular rule, second rule is already enabled now, the new rule that we have created. Now still we don't see that old one is coming here. Just see this, refresh. It's not there. You see, refresh. No, old one is not coming. Now just I'll show you, right, how if we put in the source bucket, we put the new data, right? We just say upload, and we had created that another file, the copy of the other one, right? Copy.txt, something, some different name. So I'll just say copy that one, and this file comes destination whatever, additional whatever storage class, all those things, and then it will be uploaded. So this new one is uploaded here in the source bucket, and I go to the destination one. Now here it should come, right? It'll take some time, it will come. We'll just wait for some time. See, the new one came.
Yeah.
Dharma, you can see? Dharma. Hello. Dharma, can you unmute?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Yeah. So the new file, after enabling the replication, whatever new things we kept, that has come, but not the old thing by default. The old, we have two files here, right? However, we have only one file in the destination bucket, the new one. Now, how to handle that one? Using this CLI, right? We can synchronize it, you can copy it, or you can open a case with AWS and you can request them to replicate the other existing things, right? So they have all the control, right? It's just that we are not having, we cannot see this. So if they enable that option, right, if they give us the authority to synchronize the existing thing also, we can do that also. So there will then
it will be good if it is 1 or 2 files is fine, but sometimes we don't know, right? Some thousands of files will be there. So in that case, synchronous is the best option, right?
Yeah, so in that case, when there are thousands of files, we can synchronize from one bucket to another bucket. That CP command we can do, sync, bucket sync we can do, right? So all those things we can do from command line interface, we can do it easily. Otherwise, you just open a support case, right? You have support right here, support.
Yes.
You just open one, go to support center, open one support case, right? They will help you out, right? So then you will have option also to replicate the existing data also. So they will give you option, right, where you can replicate it. You will get the choice you want to replicate. So existing thing. So that also option you will get. Okay. By default, that option is not there, but they can enable it for you. Understood? So all those features, everything is there because everything is like managed by them. So they have not given us all the options. That's it. Nothing else. So clear, right? This command line, this CRR is clear, right?
Yes. Now we.
Yes, sir. So the scenario you did is right. You deleted the rule and then you upload a file, right? One more file, right?
Yep.
And then you created the rule. So in that case, can you click the source bucket?
Source bucket.
No.
2 files. Two files, Dharma.
Yeah, and then after you upload the file name with copy, then you created the rule, right? Replication rule, right?
No, first I created test 1. See here timeline 10-10. Okay, so 10-10.
10-10. Then we
created
moved it
the
actually.
rule. After this 10-10, we created a rule, right? And then we uploaded this particular file at 10:30. Understood?
Okay.
Right? So the time when I created the rule, that time this file was not there.
Okay.
Now what happened? As soon as I copied this new file, right? So this new file went to the destination, but this one didn't go.
Okay.
This one didn't go.
Why? Because of this timing?
This file was created, this file was copied before creating the replication rule. This file existed, right, before creating the rule. Now, whatever rule we created, that will be applicable, right, to the new objects that are copied to the source bucket. So as soon as the file will come, the replication will trigger, it will be copied. Whatever is existing, it will not be doing anything with that.
So this will be very basic thing that it's the files that are copied after the replication rule, the data creation date and time, right? Only those will be taken care by the rule and the replication.
That's right. By default, that only will happen. That's right. Now, what is the solution?
So what I did, sir,
what is the solution?
Okay.
What is the purpose? Say like whether you want the existing thing also to be copied there. If it is yes, then what are the options? What are the solutions? 2 solutions, 3 solutions, right? So one solution is to copy, right, all those things and paste it there. So one thing is to copy and paste the same file, right? Another option is, best option is to synchronize the bucket before you are enabling.
You mean copy paste? Sorry, copy paste means copy from local and paste it here again in the source bucket, right?
Yes. You remember the CP command?
Okay. Yeah.
So how we used to do
when the
CP
files
command?
are copied again, that I know, but when we copy again, that the date time will be new. That means after the rule creation date and time. So in that case, this all file will be picked up and posted to destination.
Yeah. So now the best thing would be, before you enable the replication rule, first you copy the data. First you copy the data, sync it, synchronize both the buckets. Now you enable the replication rule. Now that will be the step. That is what practically people do, right? When they want to enable that application for newer objects, now first they will copy.
But actually, I did.
Tell me.
Yeah, actually, I did one case in parallel. What you did. So I just deleted the file in the destination folder, destination bucket. Then in the source bucket, whatever the file we moved first time, that file was there.
Yeah.
And then in the source again, I uploaded one more file. So totally 2 files are there, like that what you are showing to me now.
Yeah.
So
but destination,
the source we have 2 files.
what destination
so when
it will not come.
But
yeah, new one will come. Deleted will not come.
Yeah, it's not coming. Deleted one is not coming, and only the new one has come, because
That's right.
I didn't touch the rule. The rule was running as it is. So I just deleted the file from the destination folder.
Yep.
I uploaded a new file in the source bucket. Then only the new file uploaded was moved to destination. The old one was not moved.
Correct. So that is what is the
So here, how to open the file and see the.
How to open the content
Sir,
of
how
the
to
file?
open this file and see the content here?
Here, like this, you just select.
Yeah, just here.
Action. Open.
Yeah.
That's it. Content here.
Oh, okay.
Understood. Here, select. Action. Open.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I got it.
Perfect. So now that what is happening actually, whatever that rule you are creating, so there is one role also getting created, right? So I'll just show you. Go to this services, go to IAM, just look for that IAM. Where is that? Correct. Go to roles. So now you have some roles, correct? What is that role that we have created? What is that role? CRR something. See, some role is there, correct? CR S3 CRR role for source bucket. Some role is there, right? So now you just go to that role.
Just a second. Mine is still loading.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. For me, if I go to role, okay, so okay, source S3R. So which one I have to select, because
just look for your role.
Yeah.
Just type CRR.
Okay. CRR. Okay.
So you see some roles. See, I have some 72 days old some role. So right, I forgot to delete. Now I have 13/12, right? Today's date, correct? This one, then this one. So just select the second one that that I have created. Just click on this, right? And then you just see here permissions, right? So this policy name is this. Click on the policy name, right? So it is just showing this particular role is created here, right? Policy uses, right? So this is some kind of policy here, you can see, right? Now you see edit policy, some get the JSON. You can see all this, no? Policies, actions. You see here, action is replicate object, replicate, delete, replicate tags. So object owner override to bucket owner, right? Allow this resource, right? Source bucket, destination bucket, like that. We just see, no? So some kind of no list bucket, get replication configuration, get object version for replication, get object version is here. So all those no see because we are giving some permission, right? Some we are giving some permission to that particular role. So it is written in JSON, right? It is showing like what are the objects for what it is going to be applicable, right? So now if you just see here, if you just go to the no you opened, you reached that,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
object owner override to bucket owner, right? So I have not chosen the change the permission of the bucket owner or something final destination, that option I have not chosen. So it is telling like that. Now the resources, specific resources, all resources, so destination bucket object rest conditions, right? MFA required, not required. So all those things got associated with that particular role. So how did we go there? Using that IAM, no, that console. How we went? We went to IAM. In that IAM, we
IAM
have the
roles.
role.
Roles.
So anyways, like we have learned that there will be some permission, some kind of policy related to that permission and all. So for this also, there will be some role. Role will have some policy. So in the role we went, we just looked for that cross region application role, right? So then we went and we saw some role, right? Here we went and then we saw some policy is attached here. So show remaining to be list, read, write, permission management tagging. Here we went and saw, did the edit policy, right? And then we saw the policy, how it is looking, what all actions, what all effect, what all things are there. So accordingly, you can do the modification, or you can just decide. You can create the role and then attach. Now you have done automatically you create the role for me, something like that. Now if you don't want that, you can just create a role on your own and attach the policy. You can edit the policy, you can control the policy, you have all the options, everything in your hand, right? So it depends on you, right? So a lot of things are there, so you can do the modifications as well. Understood? Right? So flexibilities are there. The only thing is we have to explore and we have to find out. By default things will be there, right? Whatever permission you are giving, that only will be there, right? By default. Then if we give a lot of other permissions, whatever we give, everything is possible, right? It all depends on the permission, right? It is not like, so by default whatever you are doing, so that is it is, right? Now so you got the understanding. So by default whatever file will come here, whatever will come to source, that will be that role will be triggered and it will be copied. That's it. So it is just doing automatic copying of object from one bucket to another bucket, right, without your intervention. But when it is happening, when it is getting triggered, when some upload action happens, then it will be copied, right? Now what do I there? So that sync command, right? Sync.
Not sure.
I had shared some link to you all, right, for copying of syncing that AWS S3 sync, like that command.
Yeah, just checking.
Yeah, so I had told some command like how we will do. We'll just run like this. Oh, some problem here. 1 second. I'll just reconnect. Yeah. So like this, you remember the command?
S3.
Yeah. One bucket to another bucket, right?
Yes, correct.
So
A bucket.
say like
So
S3.
S3 colon double slash.
That source bucket.
Yes. Dot.
Whatever is the source bucket, now that you want to sync with S3 colon slash slash.
Yes.
Destination bucket.
Destination bucket.
Dharma, you remember?
Yeah, yes, Harish. Yeah.
Remember, like this we can sync, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
CP command also, right? AWS, S3, CP, right? Whatever is there, you just mention this / start, right? And then you can simply
Yeah.
put that bucket's name, right? So you can just try to copy things. You can sync will be better.
Sync. What is the command?
Sync only. Sync. Sorry, I
Okay.
just forgot here. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Let me
So
try.
you just have to say AWS S3 sync. Then this one URI, and then this one source and destination. Whatever is the exact name, you have to give the exact name.
Okay.
Okay. So from where you are trying?
Command prompt.
Which command prompt?
Command prompt.
Actually, I was trying to do with the local machine, but that is also possible when we have access key and secret key.
When you have set up, wherever you have set up that CLI, from there only you can do, right?
Yes.
So that Windows machine that you are having, right?
Yes.
From there only we can do. Okay. So
Yeah.
just try it out whenever you at your leisure.
Yeah.
Just start your that Windows machine CLI, and then from there you run the command. You can do it. Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Fine. So let's move on to the next topic, right?
Sir, I have a question here.
Tell me.
Sir, is there any the permissions we haven't set anything, right? Just we just given create rule and it is automatically moved. So this is now this replication is worked with the whatever the command. I mean whatever the IAM user we logged in. So that is user admin we logged in. So it took
No.
that credentials and
No,
the
no,
authorization
Dharma.
it's done. Is it like that? Any
No, Dharma, you missed the something in between. See, when we were creating the rule, no, I'll just show you one more time. So just go to source bucket, and then when we are creating the
Yeah.
rule, we are going to say like management, and then let me delete this rule. Okay, so this rule is there, so I'll just delete this rule, delete replication rule. Okay, so now we have no rules. Okay, now the situation you see here in the source bucket, we have two files. In the destination bucket, right, we have only one file that I am deleting. Okay, so I'll just delete it.
Okay.
Right, and I'll just revise this concept because this is something new, right, for you, right? So it will be little bit thing. So now here just see, now there is no rule in the source bucket. There is these two files.
There's two files.
In the management we go and we see replication rule, there is no rule, right? In destination bucket there is no file. Okay, right?
No
So
file,
no files,
yeah.
no files. Now see what we are doing. We are going to the source bucket. What we want to the source bucket, whatever file comes, that should be replicated to destination bucket, right?
Yeah.
That's what we want. From Mumbai
Yes,
region, it should be copied to Ohio region, right? So replication means what? Replication means copying of file from source to the destination, right?
Yeah.
Right. So just understand replication as copying a file from source to the destination, right? CP command. But you are not doing it, right? Somebody else is doing on your behalf. That is happening automatically, right? Now who is doing it, right? That you have to focus. That is something, no, you will see while we are creating the rule. You will see that. You just see. Now we are here, right? We are going to the management. We are going to create the replication rule, right? For the first time, we are just saying some replication rule name. So we are some things we are saying that CRR Mumbai, no, Ohio, right? Some rule 3. We are just simply saying like that. We are just enabling it. We are saying that source bucket is this. We are saying that, okay, you just apply to entire bucket, right? Choose a bucket in this account, specify a bucket in another account. So we are just choosing the destination bucket here, right? Once you are choosing the destination bucket, it is just selecting it. This is the point what you have to stop and think and understand. This IAM role, right? So remember I discussed about roles.
Yes.
Dharma, audible? Dharma? I think some network issue with Dharma. Dharma, you are in mute or? Here is the point where you have to focus, Dharma. Please confirm. You are here? Connected? No, some network issue. Dharma, we can't hear you. Dharma. Dharma, please try to reconnect. I'll just pause the recording here at this place, right? This is no important. You rejoin, right? Okay, perfect. So
is the problem only to me? For you also happened?
no, only for you. Natras,
Yeah.
no
Okay.
problem for you also, right?
No problem. No problem. For me.
Okay. No problem. So now you can hear us?
Yes.
Perfect. Now you see replication rule configuration, we have given some name. Now status is enabled. Source bucket is there. Destination bucket is there, right? Now this is the point where you have to focus, right? So this is
Yeah.
IAM role. So what is a role? So I was just explaining about the role, no? Right? So role is something similar to the user, but why we are not using user? I had explained, right, in the source code, right? If you use
Password
the
will
username
be
and password, so the
will
credential
be
can be lost, correct?
it can be visible to everyone if they look at the source code also. It's then it's
Yes.
no
Yes.
meaning with the password.
Correct. So we don't want to know this task to be done by a user, right? By our user ID, right? If it works as our user ID, then password also required, right, for our user. Now we don't want that to happen with our user ID or any other user ID. We want it to happen with some kind of no other mechanism, right? Where there is no concept of credential only. So there will be concept of session, not the concept of credentials, right? No username, password, no passcode, no secret key, nothing. Nothing needs to be integrated in the program. Now that is something called, that kind of identity is called a role, right? So that role will be similar to the user, right? Analogous to the user. Function would be the same thing. We were creating username and we were creating some group, right? We were attaching some policy to the group. We were attaching some policy, giving some permission to the user to delete the bucket or not to delete the bucket. You remember? Natras?
Yes, yeah. Remember.
Yeah. So we were attaching some policy to some user, or we were attaching some policy to the group, right? Then only it was getting the permission to do the necessary action. Now here, this is copy action. That copy should happen from the source bucket, right, to the destination bucket. As and when the file is copied to the source one, it should also be copied to the destination, right? But who will do it? So for that purpose, we have the role. This role, right, will be used for doing the copy, right? Now this will be based on some kind of session. That will be one session established for doing the action, right? Time will be limited within that session, right? If it is able to do, otherwise that session is over, another session will begin. But it will be say like for limited for 1 hour session or something. So one program, one service can take action on another object, another resource, another service it can communicate with, and it can take certain action based on this particular role. what we are saying, choose IAM role or create some role. So we said create some role, right? This role will get
Yeah.
created and this role will be used for copying automatically that rule, whatever we are creating, that rule will use this role, right, to copy the object from the source to the destination, and it will keep the same object, and we just save it. And now you see, right, once this rule is created, right, so now you have to go and see the rule. Here is the rule. So this replication rule name is this, status is enabled, priority, source bucket is this, destination bucket is this, right? Encryption, additional application options, right? All those. Now you just go to source bucket, right? And then you upload some object here. So I just name it as some test 2. Okay.
But now only we created this rule, but there are 2 files already there, right? It should go automatically.
That test will also, you will get that test also done, right? Now the existing one will not go. That's what I told.
But the existing one was that created before the rule was created, right? So it means
It will not go.
all the files that was created, right? That is, I think earlier than the rule creation date and time.
See, the 2 files were already there, no, before creating the rule.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is in your opinion, whether this file should go to destination or it should not go?
It should go. That's my assumption.
No, that is only I explained with practical earlier. It will not go.
That sync or copy, we need to do it. Is that?
You have to do it before doing the enabling the replication. If you want the replication to happen for the existing data, before enabling the replication rule, before creating the rule, you have to copy, you have to synchronize manually. Okay. Now if you synchronize it manually, right, after that, if you enable the rules, that will be applied for the new object that you are putting, because now only you created so whatever
got it.
Now you see, now I have source and destination. In the source I have 2 files. In the destination, right, I have no files, right? You see nothing is there, right? You see nothing. Now you just do upload in the source. One more. So I'll just go to source bucket, right, and I will do one upload. This time what I will do, I'll go to add file, right, and say test2. Now this test2, right, I will upload. Okay. See now, test2 also came in the source one, right? Now we go to the destination. You go to the destination. In the destination, so far nothing is there. Refresh. Just refresh, wait for a while, right? So it will take a while, and then the test2 will come. Other 2 things, whatever were there, that will not come. See, test2 came. You see?
Yeah.
So what happened? It is just a copy thing, but depends on whatever rule you have enabled. When you have enabled, after that, whatever things are copied, all those things will be whatever things you have kept in the source one, that will go to the destination one. Now, not to get confused, if you freshly set up like 2 buckets, it will from the very beginning there is no problem. For existing bucket, what is the solution for the existing bucket, right? So for existing bucket, you have existing data, right? For existing data, now you are creating a new bucket. Now you decided, okay, we want replication to be done. Now if you are enabling that replication, you are telling to somebody, you now take care of things, so they will take care of new things. So whatever new things you are copying, that will be copied there using that role. So that's what I was showing, the role in the IAM console. So in the IAM console, whatever role that got created, right, just go to role, right, and here you just try for that CRR, some role got created. Now you see roll number. First we created this, then we created this, then now this one got created just now. So if you just click this one, it says 10:57, right? 13th of December, 10:57. Just now it is 11:02. Now here you just see some policy is attached. You see this policy name is this. Correct? You just click on this. Just see here. You say edit policy. You just go there. You just click on this visual editor, right? S3, some 7 actions, right? Some resources, all those things. S4, nothing there. So just go to JSON and just see. So here it is written as list object, get object, this. So this is policy. So now you know what is policy? Policy. Policy means permission, right? Dharma? Natras?
Yes, Harish.
Yep. Dharma, please confirm. Looks like some issue again. Dharma, you understood?
I think he's speaking, but it's not audible for us.
Okay.
Let me
Okay.
change.
Perfect. So, no, Dharma, you just go through the recording one more time, right? To understand this, I think he can hear us.
No, I just pinged him.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So this is something, right? Now you just know CLI command I had explained. Please go through the previous recording, right, to understand and revise the concepts, how to copy, right, data from one bucket to another bucket, from your local machine to the bucket, from one bucket to your local machine, from bucket to bucket, how to use the sync command. So all those things you just revise by listening to the recording that I had explained in the CLI section, right? So if you go through that, right, so you will have the again clarity and you practice it.
Yeah.
Once you practice that, you will be able to achieve this hands-on. Still, if you face any difficulty, you please come back to me.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure. So, okay, perfect. Dharma can hear. So, now I think it's time for another break, right? So, you take a break, okay, and then we come back after some 15 minutes. Is that okay?
Yes. Yeah.